Hello folks, a warm welcome to, as someone said in a comment there a while ago, the boredom factory where sleep is our profession. Before me on the bench here we have two boxes. For those of you that might be familiar, the one on the left is our Zombieverter VCU enclosure and header. On the right though is a slightly different type of a box. This one is a 3D printed version, or 3D for those of you that like the old THs. So I want to hopefully do a reasonably short little video here, because I've been trying to make a video on the new zombie hardware for a while now, and every time I go to do it I just run out of steam. So I'm going to try and force myself to do this here today, keep it simple, and for any of you that want some more details, there'll be links in the description to circuit diagrams and forum threads, and if you need even more details than that, let me know in the comments and I'll make a more detailed and furtherly boring video for you. So let's go with this box firstly, so I get this one out of the way. So this is our usual enclosure. Well, let's pop off the lid. Ta-da! And for those of you familiar with the Zombieverter VCU hardware, you will note that there's some changes to this one. This is our new version 1.3 hardware design. So I have been listening to you folks, and I did get to do a new design. Now, before everyone gets super excited and starts jumping up and down, there's one very important thing to remember here. This is pin and function compatible, bar 2 pins that were very rarely used for external serial interface, with the original version 1 and version 1.1 hardware that has been sold to date. So if you buy one of these, or if you have received one, it will run the standard code that's on GitHub and function identically, bar those 2 serial pins, so long as you fit this little jumper up here in the top left hand corner. Now the purpose of that jumper there is that overrides the sleep mode hardware that has now been implemented on here. So obviously there's a few changes. One of them that I've just mentioned is that this now has the hardware capability to put itself asleep and to wake on various conditions. I won't go into too much technical detail here. This Wi-Fi module was originally the ESP8266. This is now a pin compatible version to that, but it has the ESP32 module on here, and the reason that we had to do that was that the parameter set for the Zombie has got so big that it was beginning to cause problems for the ESP8266 version. So that's now solved by using this guy, and indeed anyone that's experiencing that with current hardware can just change to one of these ESP32 modules as well, which is a great help. So other little obvious changes here, we've a battery holder here, and this will be for a little coin cell for a real-time clock, so that once the zombie goes into sleep mode, it'll be able to maintain its own time for things like timed events like charging and preheating and things like that. We've improved ESD protection on all pins, so things like fusing and protection diodes. There's even a what's the name of these guys, a gas discharge tube on here, because part of my plan this year, hopefully, to bring this guy back and do a full suite of automotive EMC tests on him for you. Other things just obvious is we're now up to 4 CAN channels. There's now a CAN 4, and CAN 4 has the hardware here for flexible data rate CAN. We've also updated the fuel gauge, or indeed gauge driver section here, with a much more powerful and more suited to automotive mechanical gauges circuit, so for driving things like old school analog fuel gauge, temperature gauges, oil pressure gauges that you'd have found in kind of classic cars and stuff like that. On here as well is a tiny little chip. I don't know if you can even see it, but that's an accelerometer. So we'll be able to do stuff with that, like perhaps even measuring 0 to 60 times and stuff like that. I don't know, but it was just it's such a small and cheap chip that it certainly can't hurt to have it in there. We're now up to the point where the STM32 almost has no unused pins on it. What else we got? So the PCB itself is now a 6-layer board, so all of the power rails have their own planes. So ground, 3.3, 5, all that stuff now drops straight down onto vias. So that's probably about the headline stuff. I won't get into too much uber boringness for the Zombie, but just to let you know, that's the version that's been actually shipping now for about the last month. But as I say, if you fit that little jumper there in the top left, it will function with existing hardware, and nobody that has existing 1 or 1.1 hardware is going to be left behind, because we've board detection resistors on here now, so future release versions of the code will know which version of hardware that they're working on and will adjust themselves accordingly. So for example, let's say we add a new CAN driven charger to the code base. Well, that doesn't matter whether it's on this newer version or the previous, it'll still work just fine. So this is our Zombieverter, and there was something else then that I decided to make, and it had been kind of jumping out at me every time that I did a conversion. And it's such a simple and stupid thing that I would nearly always let's put that Zombie out of the way now. I would nearly always come along and find myself looking for relays and fuses and have to run into the motor factors to get them and that. So instead of that, I decided to put the power of JLC PCB to work, and I made this board, which is probably the simplest, one of the simplest designs that I've ever made. There's a total of 10 20 amp relays, 12 just normal blade fuses. Now I get you another one that doesn't have the fuses in it. So this is the board here. It uses the exact same header as the Zombie, so you can use the plug type fitting that goes on here and connect to it, and the pins are quite easy to crimp for this. So you get 10 fused relays, you get 2 fuses on here as well for unfused 12 volt feeds. I've kind of coupled several of the pins together and so on, so you have a little bit of a 12 volt and a ground distribution function on there as well. So this board, again, as I said, is the same footprint as the Zombie. So if you wish, you can use the very same case. Drop the board in there, he says, force it, and you get to have the same case. You can also, if you wish, now have the option of a 3D printed case, thanks to some very talented folks. And this case comes with 2 different lids to allow it to be stacked. So for example, you can use this case with the relay board like that, or you can use it with the Zombieverter. You can print it yourself. There'll be 3D printing files on GitHub for this. Then when you have, let's say you printed 2 of them, you can come along and have, let's say, the relay board in there, and you can either have a standard lid like this, or there's a stacking lid that lets you put another one of these boxes up there. I don't have that one printed myself at the minute, but otherwise, yeah, that's just what I've got going on here. So the first time I'm going to be using this will be on the mini project, and I'll have the 2 boxes stacked. So yeah, sorry it's taking me so long to make a simple stupid video, folks, but I just said to myself I'm just going to do it this morning. So that's it. We have this new board. So the design for this board is completely free and open source. It's on the STM32 VCU GitHub. There'll be a link in the description to that, or you can even buy it from me if you so wish. Crazy thought. So the new version of the VCU, this guy here, I have been doing some testing on it in the cars and so on. So the design files for this will be on my Patreon. At the time of release it is video, and also then on GitHub you'll have PDF versions of the circuit diagram, the board layouts and all that stuff, so you can understand what's going on and repair it and upgrade it and do whatever you need without needing to give me a cent. So that's where things are, folks. So I'm not sitting still on the whole VCU and other front, and apologies it's taken me so long to get you a video on that. So I will finish up here because I've probably rattled on way too long, and don't forget, as always, do check the links in the description, because there'll be info on both of these items in there. And other than that, give me a thumbs down, and I think that's it really. And I suppose until next time then, happy zombie case choosing.